Tell me if you're familiar with this girl. Do you know who Lana Rhodes is?
I do.
Okay, so here's a little quick clip. Shout out to Rich Cooper, Entrepreneurs in Cars.
What up, Rich?
Don't get upset with us if we play this clip. We're giving you a shout out, bro.
Rich, don't
Let's
get
play
mad
this
at
quick.
us. Let us have your content.
Lana Rhodes is a porn star, and
Lana
she's
Rhodes.
sitting here lecturing on what trophy wife training looks like with her two other friends.
So
please
all in
don't
all,
be an
a
asshole.
trophy wife is a high value woman in our eyes. She works on bettering herself every single day, whether it's physically, mentally, educating herself. She dresses for herself, not for other people. And she just loves herself and puts all her energy and effort into building herself.
She talks about what trophy wife training looks like from the perspective of hypergamy. She completely butchers what hypergamy is. They also talk throughout this cast about this term bad bitch.
You're a real bad bitch. Oh gosh, you don't need bad bitch.
Men don't care about being around women that have bad attitudes. They don't want to be around, miserable women that think that they're bad bitches. Why are they not showing, women how to make a sandwich? It's just them talking about her past in porn, her giant notch count, which she suspects guys should look away from. It's pretty gross if I'm being honest.
Okay. So Lana Rhodes, friend of yours?
I wouldn't say friend. I mean, I know her. We're not friends.
What are your thoughts on her concept of being a trophy wife and even a bad bitch? And your thoughts on, hey, listen, nobody cares about you being a bad bitch and having a bad attitude. Go make a sandwich. That was essentially the context of that clip.
Well, why
What's
are you
your reaction?
watching her podcast in the first place? Sorry, Rich, but what?
This is what
whatever.
he does. He watches these types of intersexual
Okay.
dynamics.
I mean, I don't think what she said in the beginning part. I don't know what she said, the whole bad bitch thing, other than what he emulated kind of thing of her. I don't think what she's saying is wrong. I don't know if the whole context of saying trophy wife, whatever. What was she trying to say? That was the standards. I don't really know the context.
Yeah, she's trying to say that's what a trophy
what it takes
wife.
to be one.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the characteristics
Bettering
of a trophy.
yourself.
I don't think what she's saying is wrong. I don't know the whole rest of the context of certain things. You know what I mean? Like I said, the bad bitch thing. But I mean, the sandwich part is very sexist. I mean, it is what it is. I think everybody has their own opinion. Like at the end of the day, everybody has their own opinion about what a trophy wife is. How triggering the word trophy wife even says to me, because that means that you're like up here on some pedestal. You're doing all these things. Like, I just don't like.
Would you not want to be put on a pedestal and be a trophy?
No, I wouldn't. I want to be on a pedestal, but I don't like trophy wife. Like, what is that?
You don't like that
really
terminology
mean?
right
No,
there.
like
If your boyfriend was like, babe, I'm hungry. Would you make me a sandwich?
1010%.
You would do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting kind of hungry, by the way.
I'm not your wife.
Yeah. Just kidding.
I'm not 20 either, so
That's true. We got to work on that. If your husband asked you to make a sandwich, would you make him a sandwich?
I always make him sandwiches.
Oh, you cut off the crust?
No, because he likes the crust.
Okay.
But
there
that's
it
the
is.
thing is like the whole thing is what she's saying is like she talked about like I feel like as a woman the things that you do. I think that's part of being a woman in general, and being a wife adds on responsibilities if that's what your thing is. If it's making a sandwich, having the kids, supporting working roles or whatever it may be. I just don't think it needs to be. It's not like that's not the end all be all definition.
Ms.
The
Rebecca.
problem that I have with that video is I heard myself more than any other word in it. It was like myself. If you're a trophy wife or a trophy mom, right? Let's just add that. Your focus is not on yourself. It's on...
But you're also looking at someone who's not a wife. So therefore, the context is what her own opinion is why I think is everybody's standards are different. Where in yourself is you have a partner who you include both of you in those things where I feel like it's like, I guess she's not wrong all the way off, but she's not a wife.
Yeah, and you have to better yourself. Like I better myself every single day, but it's to serve my relationship and my family. Yeah. And I think that's where there's issues with what she says, because I've seen a couple clips about it too. And it's like myself, like I have to do everything for myself, right? And that's an issue that I feel is happening with women. It's all about the self. Whereas like in a relationship, we have to give. I give 150% of myself to my family, and then I focus, and then I see what I need to do for myself.
Again, I'm not married. I can't, and again, that works for you. But again, like I don't think that it depends on where you want to like each individual is different. So some people may have to focus on themselves first to be the better partner, to be the better whatever, to fulfill those things. You don't need that, and that could be fine. But some people, maybe like with myself, how I talked about me doing inner work for myself, I personally had to like turn in, because I'm like, okay, if I'm like something has to be accountable, right? Like obviously I'm the only one left standing here, so it's me. So it's like, what am I doing wrong, or what am I doing whatever? So until I got to the core of those real answers, was I really, and before I was saying I wanted to date 2 years ago, I wasn't really ready to date because I had such high walls, because I couldn't serve myself any justice, because I didn't know what was wrong internally. So therefore I would make a horrible partner because I couldn't really give you my whole being. So some people need
that's
to
something
be,
that you have to do beforehand, before you enter
but also
relationships.
in relationships. I think that
well.
that's, myself, when I was married, I lost who I was as a person because I was bettering him. It was all about him. It wasn't, now again, it wasn't the us, it was him. So that's wrong as well too. It's to figuring out the balance of what works for you, is why I always say, like, what works for you may not work for me. What works for you may not work for, vice versa. This whole idea of like what's supposed to be, like you're supposed to have married and 2.5 kids, whatever, it's unrealistic. Not everybody does those things. Not everybody goes into relationships the same. Some people don't stay in relationships the same. And it's just, I feel like people are too judgy of what the dictative, what a trophy wife is, or what we're supposed to do. Like, let people be people. Let people live their own life. Like, why does it have to be so stigmatized of like, oh, she said something bad? The girl's not even married. She just had a baby. She just had a whatever. Like, she new on her podcast. Like, she doesn't know how to talk to people certain times, or like how to say. Like, it's growth. Like, as long as there's room for growth and accountability,
and I agree.
Then I feel like good for you.
So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another. Or if you want to watch the entire Sauce Cast, click right here.